Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another Spectate gameplay. Today we have something very juicy for you. Today we're featuring arguably one of the most broken champions in the game, probably second only to Camille, Rengar jungle. And this gameplay isn't just someone stomping all over noobs either. If you take a look at the names on the left and the right of your screens here, guys, some people you probably recognize. This guy's a challenger player in career as well, and he's up against Peanut on Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix arguably one of the strongest junglers this patch in solo queue and in competitive. And as a player, Peanut is probably the best jungler in the world. At least has an argument for that. Deft as well, one of the best AD carry players in the world, if not the best. And he's got Huni on his team as well. So lots of well-known players in this game, guys. Very high-rated game. And like I said, we're featuring Rengar because we want to really show off how to play these champions. So in this Spectate series, I always take a look at some really good players who are very, very good at specific champions, and then we watch them and we try and break down what they're doing, analyze the game a little bit so that we can learn how they play their champion, and we can then take that champion into our own games and abuse it, because Rengar, at least right now, is ridiculously disgusting. Intense free elo right here. He's going to get nerfed next patch though, so you're going to have to be quick if you want to ride the free elo train, but still absolutely grim, definitely worth picking up. So starting at his top side here in solo queue, you usually start bot side because you get a good leash from your team. In competitive though, you will start top side, so kind of depends whether you're playing solo queue competitive, but I would imagine for 90% of you guys here, you'd be playing solo queue. So starts top side, a little bit different, but it looks like he might go for an invade here, which is not uncommon. Either that or he's going to go for the scuttle crab when this respawns, but most likely an invade, which you can see is what he's pinging to do here. So when you start top side, it means you have red buff. At least if you're red side, it means you can invade the enemy blue buff with your red. And if you ever find the enemy jungler, you can 1v1 them and track them down as well. So if we just pause this really quick here, this play, if he runs into Kha'Zix, is really risky because he doesn't have a mid laner to help him. He doesn't have a top laner to help him. In fact, it's quite the opposite. He'll get collapsed on. So he has to do this pretty fast. But Rengar, fortunately, because he's Rengar, can do this really fast. And because he can also 1v1 the enemy Kha'Zix as well, and because he has his smite to take it even faster, he can do this no worries. Now he's going to get a bit greedy here and keep going for the counter jungle. If this works, he will take a lot away from Kha'Zix, which will be really good. He's got a ward here, so he shouldn't die. But still, it's a little bit risky to be in a position here. But he sees the TP. This is his opportunity to run up top and go for a play. Kha'Zix traditionally is not a heavy ganking champion before level 6. But he's going to go in here, tag the E, use his skills as gap closers. Oh my goodness. And there it is. Huni doing Huni things. Excellente. Good stuff. Now they could just... part of me feels like the reason why he went so aggressive on that dive, Huni especially, might just be because he's Huni and because he's aggro as hell. But also because they did see Kha'Zix bot side. If they didn't know where Kha'Zix was, that play would be even riskier. You should take note as well here what this guy's doing. Counter jungling everything. Whenever he sees an opportunity to counter jungle, he does it. Because now Peanut shows in his top side jungle, there's no Gromp to take. There's no walls to take. No blue buff to take. He knows that he can get away with this. Like he's already taken so much stuff from this Kha'Zix, so he's put him behind. Like not only is he ahead now, this Rengar ahead, the enemy Kha'Zix is behind as well. It looks like Kha'Zix actually got Rengar's blue buff, so maybe that's what was going on, and I may have missed that actually. But still, really, really good start for this Rengar. It's a start that gets him really far ahead. If you take a look at the CS numbers down here, Rengar has 14 and Kha'Zix has 3. So I think Rengar's done a pretty decent amount of farming. Let's see how much gold this guy's got here. He's got 1,000 gold. So he's probably looking for maybe the Warhammer when he recalls here. The 10% extra CDR will be really good for Rengar. CDR is great on him. Which reminds me, I haven't mentioned Runes of Mastery. So this guy, he goes 80 reds, 80 quints, and he goes 5 health per level yellows, 4 armor yellows, and then magic resist per level blues. He doesn't get any CDR on his blues at all. It's only magic resist per level. So he relies on his item build to get CDR, which you'll see he will be getting later on. A lot of CDR in his build. You'll see his core item build pretty much stays the same despite the game, which is good for us because that makes it a lot easier for us. Let's get rid of the UI here to see if it's going in. Jack's using his counter strike. That would be a good opportunity to jump in, but he's waiting for something. I think he might be waiting for this wave to push in a little bit more. He might go when Jack's last hits this minion here. There it is. So you bait the minions, and then when the minion, because that always happens, right? People try and CS the minion, and if you can see that the minion's low on health, you know he's going to walk up to it. You jump in, boom, Bob's your uncle, Bonnie's your nan. Really, really simple stuff there. That's also a good way for you to be getting like trades in the lane. If you're a laner, you can trade onto the enemy, like harass the enemy laner if you harass him when he goes in to take a CS, especially cannon minions. People don't leave cannon minions alone. They always take the cannon minion bait. So it's a really good way for you to be setting up ganks like that, to be patient and let them come and last hit a minion, or if you want to get positive trades going in as well in the lane phase. This guy's almost level 6 here. He needs just one more jungle camp. So right here, he's probably going to be looking to do that. Let's see where he goes. Is he actually going to be ganking before he hits level 6? Okay, so here he goes. His Frosty's going to run out. Doesn't have time for that. But with the Lissandra, okay, obvious one. He doesn't need his ult when he's got Lissandra in his team. With the amazing setup that Lissandra offers, he doesn't need his ulti. So that, you know, this is a little bit surprising that this guy isn't farming like this hard farming for level 6. But he's counter jungled a lot, and he's put this Kha'Zix behind a lot as well, and he's applying a lot of pressure to Peanut. And that's when you've got a strong jungler on the enemy team, if you can apply pressure to them and like put them behind, because you can see this guy Peanut's level 5 still, it's really good. You know, if you're able to shut them down a little bit, really solid stuff. This guy seems to be AFK, just chilling, you know, as you do, just taking a break, all that lovely stuff. Now with that kill on Huni onto Jax in the top lane, that is the first time in this game his team's been ahead in gold. So his team isn't even stomping this game. But still, he's going to try and either pick up the Kha'Zix here or go for a counter gank down bot. Here he goes. Oh, there's the TP. Not sure what that was, MF. He tried to block the bowler, but there was nothing to block. This guy is so donezo as well. Kha'Zix may come in here, but he's kind of low. He's on half health. Here comes Camille. Can he get out? He's Rengar, he's bust. Oh, there's the LeBlanc. Oh, the double kill with the passive. That's juicy stuff. And he's swinging by in. And Lissandra might. Yeah, oh, wow. Did LeBlanc just execute there? I'm not sure that was necessary, mate, but fair enough. What a bloodbath. I'm just going to rewind this one real quick, and we'll play through it just a little bit. Just to see what this guy is thinking as he's going in. So, first things first. That Rengar's bot lane gets stomped, but he's in the area. Okay, it's always risky to go aggressive at the 7-minute mark because in the bot lane, because you know the enemy junglers are going to be around bot side. You know Kha'Zix is going to be doing it like red buff here, blue buff here. You know something's going to be going down. So they go aggressive, but Rengar comes in with his ulti. He knows where Kha'Zix is as well. Like people are even pinging the ward there because they see Kha'Zix there. There's a TP as well. These guys have got to be a little bit patient. They know Kha'Zix is around as well. Got to be a bit patient here. Just keeps going, but then of course, like this is the thing. Like so many rotations. You know, if you are the mid laners this game as well, or even the top laners, you know, just like this play could have really easily just been a 2v2 bot lane. You know, just a 2v2 bot lane. Red team's bot side dies. That's it. But because people have such good awareness here, Jax TP's in to make a play. Rengar roams down bot. Kha'Zix roams down bot, then LeBlanc roams down bot, then Lissandra roams down bot, and every single person in this game ends up being bot at some point in that fight, just purely because they have good awareness for it. So to mention more about this item build that Rengar goes, he always gets red smite into warrior enchant, and he's going to be building into his black cleaver next. After that he goes tanky. So we'll see, this guy's ultimate isn't up, but like we saw before, when he had the level 5 kill well, he was level 5 and killed the LeBlanc. Whenever you've got someone like Lissandra in your team, the setup for ganks is pretty ridiculous. So his whole bot side jungle is up here. He's going to go ahead and take the blue buff, give that to Lissandra, and then maybe with his ultimate up, might look to go and gank the bot lane. We'll see what he does. If not, depending on where Kha'Zix is, because he's top side, they may just be able to go for the dragon. But we'll see. Oh, it looks like bot lane's going to be able to win anyway. That's fine. Oh, he's hunting, he's hunting. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? Where's the misfortune? There he is. He's going for it. Is he still going for it? Nah, he's not going for that. He's going for the LeBlanc instead. I actually think what may be better here is just to go for the tower push and try and kill the minions and maybe go for the tower. But if his bot lane communicated they didn't want to do that because they were too low, then that makes sense as well. Oh, this is sneaky here. This is cheeky. Is he going to jump over the wall? That would be greedy. Oh, Peanut, mate, you're going to be in trouble here if you're not careful. Now, if I'm Peanut, I'm looking at this karma. Oh, no. Ah, he checked it. It wasn't enough. He's run next to a bush. Nice. He's alive. That was, honestly, considering how bad this could have been for Peanut, he played this one really well. That's probably why he's the best jungler in the world, boys. Anything else? We'll just skip through it. Oh, here comes Tristana as well. Oh my goodness. Is the dragon going to finish off with Sandra here? One more hit. There it is. She's alive. Okay, nice. She's alive. She's alive. That was a pretty good like bush bait by the Rengar here. I respect that play. He tried to go aggressive there and tried to catch the Kha'Zix. Now in the lower leagues, in lower elo, I think most times there Kha'Zix probably just jumps over the chicken wall there, and if he does that, he's 100% instantly dead. So these pings are, you know, I'm just gonna pause right here and turn the bloody ping sound down. Koreans just do not stop pinging. Holy shit. But, you know, so I think the lower elo he's playing, the more likely he is going to be successful with that play. What's the button for? Is it O here? Yeah, should probably move that down. There he goes. Nice set. See, this is the thing with this guy, is that he has such easy setups with his mid and with his top laner. He's just... It's just so easy for him. Like, you watch this and you think, what is this guy doing that makes this guy a challenger Rengar player? And honestly, like, what is there to say? He's not doing anything special. It's because his laners are the ones doing stuff as far as, like, setting up the ganks, right? Ooh, Huni, you couldn't miss that one, mate. You're donezo. Like, his laners are the ones that are making the plays. All Rengar has to do is be there as well. But having said that, that in itself is a skill. Being in the right place at the right time, knowing where it is to go for you to set up plays, is in itself something you gotta learn how to do. You know, a good Rengar knows, or this guy knows, okay, Camille, she's got to roll up. It's a free kill top. Jax literally can't escape Camille. Let's go top. You know, my ultimate's about to come up. I'm gonna stay around bot side just in case something happens. Lo and behold, something happens. Boom, there he is. You know, mid lane, Lissandra has her roll up. I'm gonna go mid lane as well. It's just like knowing where to be at what time and stuff. It's like that in itself is quite an important skill. Pre-6, especially, what have I done? I don't want that shit up. Get rid of that chat. Get rid of that shit. There we go. Pre-6 especially, when he's like was setting the plays up topside. That's pretty much the only time really where this guy has been making proactive plays by himself, I guess. Anyway, here he goes, boys. Here he goes. Which one's he going for? MF has low mobility on MF. Is this the first target? Nice. There it is. Oh, wow. Karma is so disgustingly strong. What the hell is that? Nice. So quite an interesting choice of target selection there. You would assume that you would focus the AD carry first, right? Because it's the AD carry. But this guy actually went for the low mobility target. The misfortune is Tristana, because Tristana can just jump away. So this guy instead plays it safe, I guess, and goes for the low mobility target instead. So I'm going to pause here, guys, because we just hit bang on 15 minutes, and I want to take a look at the item builds and stuff like that. So Kha'Zix is starting to get pretty strong here, as you can see. Peanut had a rough start to the game. In fact, it's bad to just pause it. We'll play it really slow. Had a bad start to the game, but he's been making some plays, and that's all been working well. This guy is 5 and 3, and he's going towards his Black Cleaver. Like I mentioned, he does every single game when he plays Rengar. But his team is not really that strong. Like, they're actually behind in gold as well. He's the only one that's not behind in gold here. And if you look at the enemy team, having a LeBlanc that's pretty fed. I don't know how LeBlanc, Camille, and Rengar all slipped through the ban phase, by the way. I don't know how that happened, but apparently it did. You know, so he's got to be thinking about some things here. You know, he's got to be thinking, do I make a play around mid and just like risk getting into a 2v2 with Kha'Zix and LeBlanc, which will probably end poorly for me, or do I focus on do I pick on lanes? You know, do I bully the people that are already behind and put them further behind, go for the safe plays like he's thinking about here with the play onto potentially the play onto Deft. Is he actually going to recall? He's actually going to recall. He can afford his Black Cleaver, so he's got his Black Cleaver. Still tier 1 boots, by the way, guys. Still tier 1 boots. Interesting thing to note. Let's see where he goes on to here. They're going to go... He could make a play on the top side, which would open up this top tower to take down But instead he decided to run down mid. So let's see why he's running towards mid here. Is he potentially protecting, or is he just going for the chicken camp? Or it looks like he doesn't really know what to do, honestly. It looks like he's thinking about it, but he's not sure. But then when Kha'Zix jumps in and pops his AD carry, he sees what he should be doing. Oh, that was close. He almost didn't get that. And then he gets the Kha'Zix. And that's a shutdown as well, so that's a pretty good shutdown. Free CS here. Beautiful stuff. Pick that shit up. Pick it up. Nice free gold. Excelente. Delicious. Even almost ruins, like, lets his Lissandra die there. Almost. Not quite, but almost. And he's back again. Tier 2 boots. Ninja Tabby this game, guys. Fed Kha'Zix equals Ninja Tabby. He actually goes Ninja Tabby every game that I've seen as well, but he doesn't tend to play too much Rengar because it's banned all the time in Korea, so I don't know whether he just goes Ninja Tabby every game or whether it's just, you know, a small sample size, but he tends to get Ninja Tabby a lot. He does play, he builds Rengar more tanky than anything else, like just getting Black Cleaver and then going full tank. He usually gets Randuins as well, so we'll see whether he goes Randuins this game too. Oh, he spotted a target here. Here comes the flank from Huni. He wants to LeBlanc. They're so slippery. It's really hard. Like, he's not committing too hard to these plays here necessarily, because he knows he can't use his bowler to catch people like Kha'Zix and LeBlanc necessarily if they're smart about it and they can jump away at the right time, because then they just jump away and they dodge the skill shot, so it's not happening. Anyway, back to farming now. Not too many plays are going to be happening on the map here, so let's just go back and get some gold, says Rengar. I fancy this MS booty, he also says, but I'm not sure if he's going to get it. Maybe someone might get greedy, but you know, the thing is, like, this mid tower is still up, which to me, if I'm Rengar, I'm looking like trying to take this mid tower because it's the only like only outer objective up here. So either he wants to focus down the mid tower or make plays around with his team when his team is making plays like they're doing now. And jumping into a bush is pretty good here actually, because now he can get 2 jumps. There we go. Good shit. So good awareness there to see his team were making a plan to join in with them. 8-3-3 he is currently, but still, like, he's farming a lot as well. Level 12, it's pretty high level. It's the highest level in the game, like joint highest level in the game. So he's not behind or anything like that either, which is pretty good. Whenever your team's behind, as a jungler, it's easy to fall behind as well. But this guy's been able to make it happen. So I'm going to skip forward here. What's he going to do? Is he going to go and make a dragon play, secure the blue buff first? He's going to potentially rush the dragon down, or yep, he's pulling the dragon out. This is quite smart. It means it's harder to steal from across the wall. But here comes the team fight, boys. Potentially, at least. So I'm going to pause this here. Actually, I want to rewind just a tad before I pause it, because stuff did go down first. So he pulls it out, and when he pulls it out, the enemy team then starts getting in position here. So if we take a look at the position of this fight, we can see what's going down, and then we can see what Rengar's thinking as well about how he's going to play this. So big priority, the big thing that's going on here is winning a team fight, taking dragon. Those are the 2 things you want to have happen, okay? And the 2 kind of go hand in hand to an extent. If you win the fight, you get the dragon, but you know, someone can steal it or something like that. So like, if you win the team fight really hard but you lose the dragon, you're probably still okay. But if you just get, like, for example, Kha'Zix dies but he gets the dragon while dying, it's not worth it for you. So they need to be protecting this dragon, I guess, from Kha'Zix here. So they can't just necessarily rush it down because Kha'Zix is in the area. So even if they rush this dragon down, Kha'Zix is in position to just jump in, potentially steal it, then yes, they'd probably kill Kha'Zix as well, but it's not worth it. So they can't just rush down dragon here. They need some kind of initiate onto the enemy team, because they just have to find a way to get onto the enemy team, or for some way get this knobhead here out of the picture, basically. But to be honest, Rengar can't necessarily do that by himself. But what he needs to do is to make sure he's not just mindlessly rushing down this dragon so that Kha'Zix can come in. So if we press pause here, or unwind it, no, unpause it, unwind it, what the hell is that? Unpause it, we can also see the position of this guy's teammates here. Huni's setting up for a good flank, so he's going to be in good position to obliterate these squishies. Jax is topside, but you have to assume that he's probably got teleport up, and in fact, he does have TP up, and Korean challengers will probably have timed that, so they know that he's got TP up as well. But still, this position here by Lissandra, if she jumps into the middle of everyone here, it's going to zone everyone out. So if we just see, if I'm Rengar, I'm looking at Lissandra thinking, yeah, this girl's going to come in and just like run a massive interference, which, as she does, it kind of happens. So Lissandra jumps in and just splits everyone up. Like, MF bails top side, Tristana bails bot side, and Kha'Zix looks like he's bailed, but he's still here. He's just invisible. He's around here somewhere. He may, like, if I'm Kha'Zix, I'm probably stealthing towards the dragon because I'm thinking, yeah, we're not going to be able to fight this. This is probably going to be pretty bad. If Jackson just keep pushing top, then, you know, as long as we don't team fight, it might end up being good for us. So he's going to go for this still most likely. Oh yes, but he gets rooted up and boom, there he is. So the rest is just like the mop up here really. So like the important thing about that was really just the start of that fight. Oh my god, you did not just lose that to misfortune over. Oh god damn it. So Jax actually did join this fight here. I don't think Jax wanted to join this fight at all. I think Jax wanted to stay topside here ideally. Nice. You can't smite the dragon, so MF steals it, but you smite MF and you steal her life. We'll take it. So, like, as soon as that Kha'Zix got locked up, they jumped on him, because that was really the only threat to the dragon. So as soon as Kha'Zix was locked down, you just jump on him, you kill him, and then you focus on securing the dragon. Because once the enemy jungler is dead, the dragon doesn't really have any threats to be stolen. But of course, you know, maybe it does, because the support MF ult is going to take it instead. But that's just you know, that's just a misplay. It's not something to analyze or break down. That's just a misplay. Even Korean challengers, guys, even Korean challengers do stuff like this. Anyway, let's just skip forward here. Oh my goodness, he actually jumps over the wall onto the Tristana. This guy is like pretty tanky here as well. So it's pretty disgusting that he's able to do this stuff. Nice. He's always leading with his E as well when he jumps in. Most of the time, when he's trying to create a play, this guy will use his ferocity on his E to root the person down. The thing with this Rengar is that, like Rengar on this patch, is that he can use any like form of his empowered abilities and still catch people. Or he can miss his empowered abilities and still catch people, you know? Like, you can empower your W, and that's fine. You can power your Q and have huge damage, that's fine. You can power your E and have good damage and then also root someone. Like, it doesn't really matter what you use your empowered abilities on, because they're all viable to a certain extent. Like, here, if he gets empowered, he's probably going to use his... Well, now he uses E, but if like, he was getting locked up by Jax there, he'd probably just use his W and survive. Or he can die. But this guy is just, like, it's impressive to be a jungler and just stomp all over people like Peanut. Well, the Peanuts had a bad start, but I had a good game, I feel like. Which is actually a pretty good combination. It's really hard to have a good game once you've had a bad start. Anyway, next objectives here, guys. You either want to run it down mid and just win a team fight, run down mid, push and win, or win a team fight, take Baron, or sneak Baron if you can, but it's probably going to be a bit hard to do. So they're going to be looking for the pick or the team fight setup. Both of them are viable options. Team fighting is pretty good when your team is ahead in general, but getting picks is pretty good when you've got the Jhin ult and the Lissandra ult, or Lissandra E ult, I guess. So Huni's going to be splitting down bot side, and then he's got his TP to join the fight if they need to. They're going to be applying pressure to his top lane as well by pushing this out. Hello. Goodbye. Is he going to get this girl? Look at all these leaps. Who's got more? Who has more leaps? LeBlanc or Rengar? So the Lissandra gets caught out there, but it's still 1 for 1. They can probably do the Baron here now as well. These guys are so far ahead, even though it's a 4 for 4, they can probably try and threaten it. But they do again need to be careful of the Kha'Zix coming in, or of course, as we've learned, the Misfortune ulti as well, which will similarly cause problems for this team. Yeah, this guy's donezo. Oh, no he's not. Nice. That was interesting. So the Tristana ulti knocks Camille out of her ult, which then breaks the ult. That's really interesting. So normally you would say that the red team would like hands down lose this fight, but considering how strong the red team is, just look at this stuff. They can still force this stuff. They can still force it. You do have to take into consideration though that red team has had their mid laner here, top laner, sorry, Camille, and blue team hasn't. So all in all, that's pretty good for the blue team. But if red team wasn't so far ahead, they would be really hardly punished for that. No, hard punished for that, not hardly punished. And now with the pick on the Blanc as well, boom, you just go for it. You saw though that they did want to try and contest this because Jax was TPing in, but there's no one else around. Like, people are dead. You just take it, you know, you just force it, you get it. More and more is coming out after the Randa wins here. Pretty tanky item build still, though not quite as tanky as if he'd gone for like Spirit Visage or something like that. But he's so far ahead, it makes a lot of sense to just go for some more damage here. Kind of risky from this LeBlanc to make a play like this. I mean, even if you don't instantly die, you're still going to take a shit ton of damage. Just look at this Rengar, man. He's just all over people now. Disgusting. That's probably going to be game soon here as well. So I'm just going to keep skipping here because this game is over. Baroned up minions. Barely anyone alive. The Misfortune ult isn't enough to win the game this time around. Sadly, we all know the power of Misfortune ult, but it wasn't enough here. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the replay of this guy. It was really interesting to see the fact that he was able to put Peanut so far behind. But I was actually quite impressed with Peanut to get back into the game. But his team weren't winning until like, I don't know, 20 minutes into the game. That's a lie. 15 minutes into the game maybe. Like his team wasn't just stomping. He was playing quite calculated. If you take a look at the deaths this guy had, it didn't have too many really bad deaths. Especially in the early game. In the early game, he didn't have any death that didn't then turn into something that his team could use that was a positive. Like, I think he died in a bot lane fight when the LeBlanc tower dove. But then there's just a massive mop up anyway. So this guy was very calculated, I feel like, with his plays. And then in the end, just did Rengar things. So I hope you enjoyed the video, boys and girls. Let me know what you thought about it down below. Hopefully we could learn some things from this guy. I feel like this wasn't one of my better spectates, but hopefully we can still get some things from it. Counter jungling in the early game though was something this guy did a lot of, and it was quite something to take note of. Just sitting in bushes waiting for people as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, cheeky thumbs up. You can leave a comment telling me about who maybe you want to see in the future, what champions, players as well. I'll always take those into consideration. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.